Everybody, welcome to Drive Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you in well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here in the Drive Thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, is deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and deliver those winners at professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and at Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on our 4th of July show. Let me go to my fourth screen here. We got Chris with us. Thanks for filling in, Chris. We've had some late scratches today. So we've got Ninos. We'll sign in a little later. And Jovan Burts with us. And here's how they're going to line up for this evening. Ruffalo, Burts, Ninos, and then I will close this one out. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get those going underway. Looks to me we've got, let's see, a good handful of games in the primetime hour. We will have that game 2, that doubleheader between Detroit and Cleveland. So 5 games at the primetime hour. We've got a game starting here in about 10 minutes. 2 games at 6:40 Eastern Time. Mets, Reds, and Mariners, Padres. So more games than I thought we would have here on a evening here on 4th of July. Happy 4th of July to everyone out there. Thank you for joining us here on the drive-thru. So let's go ahead. Let's get this one underway. Of course, let's go ahead and welcome in Chris Ruffalo. You know him from the morning shows. Helped me out a lot here with the drive-thru. Now in the mornings here at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Chris, what's happening?
Yeah, Tony, I don't get the day off up here. I don't get to see. We already had ours on the weekend. So, Canadians, 4th of July. I know it means a lot to our neighbors in the South. For me, it's just another day. So, get ready to get you guys some fireworks for tonight's action.
Yeah, that's right, some firework action indeed. All right, here we go at 8 Eastern Time. We got the White Sox feeling good about themselves. They go to San Francisco, get a sweep. Now they're back home to face a division rival here against the Twins. White Sox favorite here at $1.25, total 9.
Yeah, and talk about a game I really wish I could have went back and put in as a premium pick. I love the over 9 between the White Sox and the Twins. Dylan Bundy for much of this season has not been a very good pitcher on the road. He's been great at home. He's a target field. He loves his new digs. But on the road, even after a couple decent road starts, still not going to convince me that Dylan Bundy is, all of a sudden turning it around. Still has an ERA just shy of 6.5 on the road this season. On the flip side, you go to Johnny Cueto. Some may call him a first ballot Hall of Famer. I wonder who that could be. But Johnny Cueto, he has had solid stuff this year, but a lot of his solid stuff you've seen from Cueto has been on the road. At home this season, 0-3 with a 5.5 ERA. And like Tony alluded to, the White Sox, their bats have woken up. They woke up in San Francisco, which is a pitcher's park. And now they go back home where, they haven't been all that special this season, but I think it's going to start. The luck's going to start to turn at some point. I think they could get a few off of Bundy here, but I think Minnesota's offense, we all know, with bats like Arias, Buxton, guys like Correa, guys like that, they're not going to stay sleeping for very long themselves. I think this is one of those games that gets into double digits. I think it's 6-5, 7-4 kind of game. So give me the over 9 between the White Sox and the Twins.
All right, Chris is going to be on record here going over the total here with the Twins and the White Sox over the total of 9. Yeah, you look at, as you said, with Bundy here on the hill, he's his ERA's near 5. He just pitched some contact here, gives up the home run ball. And, of course, with Cueto, he's trying to, you got to give the guy a little credit, right? He took a minor league contract, had to work himself into the roster, had a few down seasons with San Francisco, and he's still putting up some serviceable numbers. But as you said, it's been tough for them here at home. They're dealing with the road trip as well. And, of course, the bullpen's all look pretty good here for the White Sox in that series against the Giants, but it might have just been the Giants' lousy bats. Now they're going to face a Twins team that can hit. A little bit of confidence with some of these walk-offs here against the Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah, not only that, but you mentioned it's a division rivalry, and while some division rivalries may focus on just beating the other team and just really stifling them, this is one where I think offense is kind of going to rule the series. I expect this to be a fairly high-scoring series. I haven't looked at the matchups for the next couple of days, but like I said, I think this is just shaping up to be a higher-scoring game. It's almost like that quote-unquote perfect storm. You got Dylan Bundy on the road. You got Johnny Cueto at home. Both places where both pitchers have struggled. And, two offenses that are more than capable of going off for 5-6 runs in any given day. Yeah, I love the over 9 here.
All right, over 9 runs here, Twins and White Sox. This one will have a start time here of 8 Eastern Time. All right, Chris, let's go over at Pick Dogs Premium here for tonight's action. We have, like we said, we have games up here on the board for the 4th of July. There's quite a bit still left on the board here. We do have one starting here in just minutes, but again, we got some 6:40 starts. We've got that game 2 between Tigers and the the Tigers and Guardians. 7 games in prime time still remaining up there on the board. We have a WNBA, a CFL doing great work here over the past 7 days. 834 units of profit last 7 days, all documented over at Pick Dogs. You can verify those numbers by going over to the site, and of course you go over down to Pick History. You'll see all of Chris's plays. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I'll tell you, I still got my $15 play, my pick-off play on the board, my best play of the day. And, like I said, we had a great day yesterday. Looking to carry that over into today. We already got our first winner with the Baltimore Orioles. Never a doubt in that game. But now we focus on tonight's action. Like I said, the best play on the board, $15 play. But if you want, I have a couple more plays as well. We got to hop on long-term. And long-term, we always talk about it. Some of your best value, 3 days, 7 days, 30 days, all the way up to a year. Whether it's just me or someone else, part of the 2-for-1 capper deal, some of the best value over at Pick Dogs Premium. You just got to go over and check it out.
That's right, guys. Got a board with Chris Ruffalo over at Pick Dogs Premium. Always nice to get that morning winner in there with the Orioles. I was on there as well. The quality travels with this Orioles team. They had a little tough time there against Minnesota. They were very competitive, though. Those are competitive losses. Those walk-offs are going to happen. And, of course, the bullpen gave a little back. But, again, they get it back tonight here. Morning with the win this afternoon, I should say. Morning out here west, it was an early game for me. But, anyway, get on board with Chris. That $15 play, what a way to go here. Nice one here. Pick-off play from Chris, this good winner here. He had a winner with the Astros in the Sunday pickoff play, so he's going to come in again with that $15 premium. Of course, if you prefer the long-term passes, here it is on Monday. That 7-day all-sports pass will serve you well. We don't have to worry about an all-star break until another couple of weeks. So the 7-day pass, you get all of Chris's baseball here for 7 days. So get on board with that. Of course, you can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion, even greater value there. You see the results Chris is producing here, 834 units of profit last 7 days, all documented. So get on board with that 7-day all sports pass. And of course, you can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion, even greater value there. All right, Chris, as always, appreciate you coming in here on the pinch. Have yourself a great afternoon, evening. We'll tune in the morning. Chris, you do a lot for Pick Dogs. We got you on the morning show as well as all the videos you produce.
Yeah, I tell you, I'll always be here to fill in whenever I can. But I'm starting when people see enough of me. Like you said, you got the videos at Pick Dogs. We'll have some of those up in just a couple hours. Got the morning show, the YouTube VIP, tons of great content at Pick Dogs. We're just going to keep churning it out. We always do, Tony.
That's right. Check out the morning show with Chris, Mitch, and Brian, 10 a.m. Eastern time. All right, Chris, appreciate it. Have yourself a great evening. We'll talk with you again on Wednesday.
Sounds good, Tony. Take it easy.
You got it. Chris Ruffalo here on the drive through. Let's continue on our coverage, guys. Ready to roll here. Of course, a lot of action still to come here. We're going to go ahead and welcome in Jovan Burts. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs. So bring in Jovan right now. He's got to play tonight from that Rockies and Dodgers game. So let's bring in Jovan Burts. We get ready to roll here. I think we got Jovan set. Let me get him to the screen. Here we go with Jovan. Jovan, what's happening? You're on mute, Jovan.
You hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, no, just enjoying this fourth, a day off.
Yeah, it's nice.
Well, not a day off here, but a day off, with couple, other gigs that I do,
No kidding. Yeah, some of the side gigs, no worries there. Of course, here we go, late night action here with the Dodgers here hosting the Rockies, and the Dodgers have moved up here to 295 favorite in this one, total 8.5.
Yeah, and I'm on the Rockies on the run line. Couple things about this game. You have Kyle Freeland. He's not having a good year, but on the road, it's a different animal. He has a 2.91 ERA, and at night his ERA is, I guess you could say, decent, 3.99. And one thing about the Rockies is that they hit the cover off the ball versus lefties, which Urias is. They're 295 this season overall, but 336 against lefties in the last 10 games. And they're facing Julio Urias, where in his last 10 meetings against the Rockies, he's given up 4 runs 4 different times and 3 runs another 2 times. And, you're looking at his last 10 and it's up and down. He's giving up runs. So, I expect him to give up some runs. I expect this game to be a close one, a 1-run game, no matter how you slice it in. Will cash with that is plus money, even getting a run and a half with the Rockies. So I'm all over this one. And really, it should have been a premium pick.
Yeah, the Rockies here run line plus 1.5 runs here, plus 120 against the Dodgers. And Freeland, if you go back and look at his starts against the Dodgers in Dodger Stadium, he's had really good success pitching in that stadium. That lefty here, as you said, the lefties do give the Dodgers trouble at times here. Of course, Urias, the lefty on the mound here. This is a decent. Go look at ERA here. Again, I think it really comes down to when you look at Freeland's numbers, have been good on the road. And in his past 3 visits to Dodgers, all of those 3 games went under a total of 8.5. Again, and he came away with some pretty good pitching performances in those games at LA.
Yeah, man. Really, I'm hoping for another one out of him tonight. The Dodgers are the Dodgers. They against lefties. They do struggle, but you just never know. I'm just hoping for one of those 1-run games. I don't care if it's 5-6. I don't care if it's 4-3 or whatever. I'm just really hoping for a 1-run game and get some quick cash. That's how I'm looking at it.
All right, plus money here on the Rockies run line, plus 1.5 runs, plus 120 against the Dodgers. This one will have a start time 9 p.m. Eastern time. 2 late games tonight. This one and the Blue Jays and Athletics at 9 Eastern time. All right, Jovan, let's go over at Pick Dogs. Hey, it's not too late to talk about football. We're already in July. College football, a lot of news, but we're really worried about Team A versus Team B and who's going to cover. Well, however these conferences settle, they settle. We just handicap. So Jovan did great work in college football. So if you're thinking about getting into college football, looking for a guy, look for Jovan. He's been on. He did a fantastic regular season in college football. Always gets off to those monster starts as well. All right, but tonight we still have looks like 7 games in prime time here for Major League Baseball. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, it's Monday, so you know what that means. Time to get this money with my Money Bag Monday. Rockets Red Glare. I got one play that I think is gonna hit the cover off the ball, send it out to the fences, so that's what I'm hoping for. That's what I think is going to happen in this one. We're going to cash, so it's 4th of July. Might as well, end the night with some fireworks, and get this money. But if you want to check me out, check out my 3-day, my 7-day, my 30-day, or my yearly, or match me on one of the other handicappers for the 2-for-1 capital promotional. It's all here at Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs. And if talking about college football, if you know what happened if you was dealing with me last year, we got off to a hot start. We made a lot of money, and it really went through the whole regular season. So I'm gonna continue to do that this year. My style of handicapping fits, football in general and college football specifically. So let's get this money on this side. We're going to get it.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Jovan Burts over at Pick Dogs. Premium. He has his Money Bag Monday MLB Rockets regular. $19 there for his Major League Baseball premium pick up there. Get on board with that. Remember, these one-offs are guaranteed to profit, or the credit is returned back to your account. So remember that with the one-offs. The long-term passes are not, because they're sold at discounted prices. But that $19 play right now from MLB from Jovan is available right now over at the site. We've talked about college football. Jovan's had a monster season in college football. He also has long-term passes, 3, 7, or 30-day All Sports Pass. But you want to get a piece of his college football, you got to get on board with that 1-year All Sports Pass. When you look at the price, $11.99, that's like $100 a month for all of Jovan's premium plays for a full year. That includes his college football, his NFL premiums, of course, of the Major League Baseball. Get into the hoops with the NBA and college basketball. That's a great value there, Jovan. Just at $100. When you do the math, it's like $100 a month here for your 1-year All Sports Pass.
Yeah, absolutely. It's nothing but deals on this side. The longer term packages. I'm not trying to squeeze a nickel out of everybody. I'm just trying to keep the prices at a reasonable level. So that's what I'm all about.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Jovan Burts. Go long term with Jovan, or you can get on board with that 19 premium tonight and get on board with Jovan Burts. And just think about it when college football comes around here. We're not too far away from it. We're in July, and in August is when they kick off, in the end of August. So you can get on board. All right, Jovan, as always, great having your show. Continue that success. We'll talk with you again on Friday. But I know you also contribute with your parlay of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. I put those out daily, and right after this segment, I'm gonna get to working on tomorrow's slate of games. See if I could pull out a winner for the 2-teamer, or maybe a 3-teamer if I see a third one that I particularly like. But most likely it's gonna be a 2-teamer.
two-team parlay. Got a 15-game card. No days off for baseball tomorrow. They'll be all in action. All right, Jovan, have a great night. We'll talk with you again on Friday.
Absolutely. Have a good night, win, and see you on Friday.
See you on Friday. Jovan Burts here on The Drive-Thru. Let's continue our coverage here. Guys, if you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on The Drive-Thru. Say hello here to our man, Leon Beal. What's happening, my man? Thanks for joining in, as well as Valentin Martinez as well. Let's continue on here on the show. Let's go ahead and welcome in El Ninos. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs. Of course, he does contribute on the weekend shows as well. I think we've got Al ready to go. Al, what's happening?
Going pretty good. How are you, Tony?
Doing great. All right, here we go. 7:20 Eastern time tonight. About an hour away. We have the Braves here to host the Cardinals. The Braves here, $1.75, total 9.5.
Yeah, big favorites. The Braves are at home here. In the game, they should probably win. They've been playing pretty well, coming off a pretty disappointing loss, though. But again, still a pretty good team playing some very good baseball. And I think we've got two pretty decent starters going at it today. Kyle Wright's had the better season overall. We've seen him kind of get hit around a little bit lately, but Dakota Hudson, it's been the other way around. He started off a bit rougher, but he's been pitching well lately. So I think both starters do well enough here to keep this game under the total. Two pretty decent lineups here, but I think the starters do just enough to keep this under a pretty high total of 9.5.
Yeah, a little bit of a high total here, 9.5 in this one between the Braves and the Cardinals. Of course, when you look at Wright has just had a monster season this year with numbers. He's put up an ERA of 3, whip of 1.14, like his strikeout, likes his ground ball, doesn't get up the home runs. And, of course, the Braves are also getting excellent work out of their bullpen. Of course, when you look at Dakota Hudson, boy, what a ground ball pitcher. 55% ground balls, but, man, you got a little worry about his contact. The high contact pitcher, 13% strikeouts, but gets the ground ball. So I don't know if you feel those washed him out. But the FIP at 4.46 does signal a rise in his ERA with these numbers. But again, with Dakota Hudson, he just got to keep that ball down.
Yeah, and again, he's facing some guys that can hit it pretty high. But again, if he can keep it on the ground, that's only going to help us here too. The wind blowing out a little bit, but not too hard. So I'm not too worried about that either here. And he said two guys that can keep the ball on the ground and have been doing pretty well. So I like this game to be a lower scoring one.
Yeah, two big ground ball rates here with Dakota Hudson at 55%, and of course Kyle Wright 53%, and both very much limit their home run damage here. Here we go with Braves St. Louis under total of 9.5. This one will have a start time of 7:20. All right, Al, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight. What about 7 games remaining here from Major League Baseball? What do you have going over the site?
Yeah, my 3-pack went off. I still got my best bet of the day out there if you want to check that out. And if you want to grab one of those long-term passes, Jovan just mentioned, the longer you go, the better deal you get. And, of course, don't forget the 2-for-1 capper specials.
That's right, guys. Get on board with El Ninos over at Pick Dogs, a premium. He does have that Monday night line drive up there. Is a $15 pick featured right now. It's still on the board over at Pick Dogs. Of course, credit guaranteed. If it does not show a profit, the credit is put back into your account. That is the case for all one-off plays. It could be one-day 3-packs. It could be an individual play. The long-term passes don't, because they're sold at discounted prices. So get on board with El Ninos here. The $15 play is up there right now. Is Monday night line drive. Great value right there. Or if you prefer the long-term passes, 3, 7, or 30-day All-Sports Pass. Hey, it's here we are on Monday. Get the 7-day pass. We don't have to worry about the All-Star break for another couple of weeks, so you get all of baseball for 7 days from El Ninos. When you get on board with that 7-day All-Sports Pass, you can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. And of course, Al also has the remainder of Major League Baseball available right now through the playoffs for a full price over at the site. So a good way to get on board right there as well. All right, Al, as always, great having your show. Oops, as we get back to the right pick. Chris isn't with us on the morning show anymore. Got to get to the right camera. Here we go. Al, have yourself a great evening. We'll talk with you a little bit later here on the recap.
All right, see you in a minute, Tom.
You got it, El Ninos here on the Drive-Thru. Guys, if you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap here at the end of the show. Say hello to Valentin, our man Valentin up there. Of course, our man Mills is in the chat room. Keep an eye over there on Mills. He's doing good work there over at Pick Dogs. Man has been on fire in MMA. Hope you've been getting his picks and checking out the show. And let's see what we got here from our man. I think he's got something for us here. He likes Kyle Wright here over 5.5 Ks. That's from That's from Mills Young over in the chat room. Appreciate that. All right, let's continue on here with the show. It is now time for my pick, so let me get my pick information up for you guys. We're going to be looking at this late night game tonight, 9 Eastern Time, Athletics and the Blue Jays. Blue Jays huge favorites here, total 7.5. We're going to look here at under 7.5. Boy, this, as you guys know, this Oakland Athletic team just not a very, very good hitting team. I mean, it's just it's been that bad for them this season. But you know who you got on the mound tonight for Toronto, and we make sure we still do. I mean, looking at the numbers, I'm pretty sure there has been no change, but I always like to make sure I refresh this screen to make sure there's no last-minute changes. We're expecting Alek Manoah on the mound here for Toronto to face Cole Irvin, and I can verify that for you right here. That is still the case. There's been no change. I just want to make sure, didn't want to alarm anybody. There, it'll be Manoah. Of course, Manoah's been on fire. ERA of just 2, WHIP of .96 in his 15 starts. That's a big sample size. 23% strikeouts, a good ground ball rate. Limits his home runs. He will be pitching to a poor lineup here from Oakland. Of course, Cole Irvin, the starter, 13 starts, respectable numbers, 3.58 ERA, WHIP of 1.22, about 17% contact, ground balls 40%. And, of course, the Blue Jays, they had that struggle there against the Rays. But now the Oakland returns home, losing 7 of 10 on the road trip. But they're batting just 199 against right-handers at home. And Toronto, well, you know, I just do believe here that Manoah will really have his way here against this really weak hitting Athletics lineup. And also, I do believe that there will be some success here for Irvin with that big ballpark here in Oakland to limit some of the damage here. So we'll be looking here at the under here with the Blue Jays and the Oakland Athletics. Hey guys, be sure to check out Pick Dogs. My 3-pack is up already, and I also hit with my $15 play as we had the Orioles coming in. So we have one in the books already. So we do have our 3-pack already started. But what I did is I repurposed my 3-pack, and I took one of my final plays on that 3-pack and made it available as a standalone play. So I do have a premium pick. As long as you didn't buy my 3-pack, that will be available for you. I made my final play off my 3-pack as a standalone because it has not started yet, so you can get on board with that. We'll start in about, it's one of those 6:40 starts, so it's still time to get on board and get down on that game. Visit me over at Pick Dogs. I'm number 2 MLB for 2022 document over at Pick Dogs, so get on board with that. Also, the long-term passes are way to go. 3, 7, or 3rd day all sports pass. You get all of my premium plays for that time period. Just like when you go over to my Handicapper page and make that purchase over Pick Dogs, you can match me up with another capper like Al Ninos. You can match me up here with Jovan, with Chris Ruffalo, Mills, Rod Zawacky as well. Our 2-for-1 cap promotion, our best value over at Pick Dogs Premium. Speaking of Rod did send me a pick, so I will make sure I have that ready for you here on the recap. So let's go ahead and let's get this one here underway. Rod could not be with us. He had a little bit of an emergency, but to hope it's nothing too serious, and he'll be back with us again tomorrow. But I do have a pick from we just shared you that little play here from Mills. So let's get to the recap here as we got to El Ninos waiting to help us out with this. So let's get to it. We started off with El Ninos here to join us. Chris started us off with take the Twins, White Sox over 9. Jovan here was on the Rockies run line, plus 1.5 runs, plus 120 against the Dodgers. El Ninos likes the Braves, Cardinals under 9.5. Yours truly here, Blue Jays, Athletics under 7.5. I'm going to add another play for you here as we have Rod Zawacky came in with this one. He likes the Winnipeg minus 4.5 in CFL. That would have been the game he would have given out if he was able to make the show. So we got here from Rod Zawacky, Winnipeg minus 4.5 tonight from the CFL. All right, let's go over to Al. Al, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
I gotta go with your pick, Tony. The Blue Jays is under. I think Manoah can keep this under.
Yeah, I'm counting on Manoah to do it because I don't think Oakland can make. Like I said, it's gonna be tough for Toronto hitting that ballpark. It's very tough for these swinging teams to go to Oakland and get these balls over the fence there. No doubt about that. And of course, I would ones I like the most here. Looking at these games, I like that under. Again, I was scratching my head there with that 9.5 as well. I thought it was a little bit too high considering the ground ball rate for both starting pitchers and how effective Wright has been and the bullpen for Atlanta. I think that total might be a tad too high there, so I'm with you there under 9.5. We got a little bit of time here. We're joined by Al Ninos. I know, Al, we didn't cover these games on the show. I know these start here in about 15 minutes. We just thought your thoughts on this one with the Mets and Reds here with Walker and Green going head-to-head.
You give me the total on that game.
The total on this one looks like it got up to 10 here.
Wow. Yeah, I like the under in that one.
And 9.5
Walker's
actually.
been
9.5. 9.5 actually.
Yeah, still like the under there. I think Walker's had a pretty good season. I think he can help us keep this under in single digits.
Yeah, that's my premium play that's going on tonight. So I'll probably touch base on the next game. Another one here. The other one we didn't cover was the Mariners and the Padres. The Padres are big favorites here. We're seeing about $1.82 to $1.80, total of 8. Let me give you the pitching matchups here in this one as we got this game to start here. We're about 15 minutes. We got Flexen and Manea going in this one.
Yeah, it'd be tempting to take that big plus money with the Mariners the way they've been playing, but I don't think I can trust Flexen in this spot, and I think it's a Padres -1 for me here.
Padres -1. Yeah, I'll take the big dog here with the Mariners. Flexen's ERA is not too bad. He's over his career. He's had better success here at home. He has 15 starts this season. Limits the home run to some degree, but the one thing I'll go here with the Mariners, they do hit left-handers pretty well, and their bullpen's performing well over their past 10 games. For the Mariners, ERA of 1.52, and the Padres an ERA over 5 in that period of time, and only a 2.15 batting average. I know they faced the Dodgers in a chunk of those games as well, but still, they're not hitting the ball very well. Of course, Mariners hit the road after winning 5 of 7 at home, and of course, Flexen over his career has pitched better at home, so I have no problem taking that big plus price here there with the Mariners. So Al and I will be bumping heads in that one. We covered the Mets. Anything on that Game 2 game? Because people always ask about Game 2 because no one talks about it, no one writes about it because it's the Game 2. There's no pitches, but it looks like we're going to have Pilkington and Faedo. Faedo's I call him Alfredo. Alfredo. What do you think? His name is Alex Fiado, but what I mean. The way he's looked of recent hasn't been very good.
Yeah, no, he had a very strong start to the season, but hasn't been able to follow it up to. I stayed away from this doubleheader. I'm usually very careful with doubleheaders. Although there has been a few lately that I liked a lot, but this one will stay away from me today. There's other games I liked a lot more than this. If I had to take a shot on this one, what you got the total? Sorry for me real quick.
Yeah, the total on this one, we've got a total of, actually, let's see, we had it up here. Let me pull it. Let me back screen it here. You guys looking at Fado's numbers now. Remember, he's getting called up from the minors to pitch because he was sent down to the minor leagues. We've got looks like it now. We had it, then it disappeared on me here. We've got the total here of 8.5. And Cleveland -130.
Yeah, I might take a shot with the Guardians and maybe slightly lean to the over, but I'm not crazy about this game at all.
Fiado, it's to me, it's always tough when you got this pitcher like Fiado who's had struggles, gets sent down to the minors, and then gets called up the second time. I'm always worried that maybe there may be some life left in this guy. Pilkington's got 9 games, 6 starts, ERA of 4, and actually a WHIP of 1.70. And he's been hit hard the last 3 starts. He's given up 10 earned runs, and that's in a span of about 14 1/3 innings. So he's been hit. That's against Minnesota, at Colorado, but that was limited damage there at Colorado. And at home, to Oakland puts 4 on you. Oakland puts 4 on you at home. That's not good, my man.
No, that's never good. I mean, at least not this season, especially. But I was gonna say they had another minor leaguer making his MLB debut today. And I didn't see how long he went into his game. Did you see that real quick, or is that?
I don't have.
Yeah, because the bullpen might be spent too for the Tigers today, but I didn't see how far he went into his game.
Yeah, the Tiger bullpen
might be something to look at there.
Yeah, there might be something to look at there. As a matter of fact, I can find it out right here. So, looking at what happened in game number 1, that's a good point. Want to see what happened in game 1 between these two, against these two teams. With these two teams, let's get the numbers up here with these two. Let's see, what do we got here? Well, Casey's beating Houston 5-3, and game number 1 between these two, it went 4-1. 4-1 was the final there between Detroit and don't think I have the box score ready. It may have been a recent one here, but 4-1 for Detroit, winning game 1 here of the doubleheader. And of course, I don't have the details right now with me here. I'm gonna have to put it up. But Odorizzi was horrible for the Astros today, no doubt about that. Odorizzi was someone I was a little worried about, but he's coming back from that injury. But man, it just looked bad. looked bad
Yeah,
there.
it sucks because he was doing well before that injury, so it sucks to come back like this. But yeah, it can be tricky sometimes coming back from an injury.
Let's see. Plesac and Garrett Hill. Hill gets the win in this one. And let's see if we get. I don't think the box score is ready for me yet.
That means he must have won.
May have just been recent final here. Zach Plesac looks like Detroit pushed across 2 right on Plesac early on, and that was really different. So the rookie made a good showing for himself because the Guardians had only 2 hits the whole game. So pretty good start there.
Yeah, he could have gone deep. And I know he was trying to make a case for a spot in that rotation. So yeah, he could have gone deep too.
Yeah, may have been the case there within that one. All right, so we've got our plays here from Al. Of course, we gave you a little bonus coverage here as on 4th of July. That'll do it here for this edition here of the Drive-Thru, guys. Be sure to tune in tomorrow live at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring our cappers here from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Plays, give out live free picks for the games in prime time. And don't forget, it all gets started every single day at 10 a.m. Eastern time. It's the morning show. You got Chris, you got Mitch, you got Brian Bittler, and of course Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. We got Brian Bittler's video series, Take It to the Bank, and his Money in the Bank as well for Fast 5. He's got 2 video series up there with lots of picks. Of course, don't forget Romanelli's Rundown in the morning, Jovan Burts' Parlay, of course, and we also have, don't forget, Chris with his video series at night with all the videos that he contributes with Mitch with the free picks, and of course the MMA show on Saturdays. Looks like that'll be the day. They get really good views there Saturdays, so look for Saturdays there with Mills and Brian Francis from the UFC. Like and subscribe is what you want to do, especially with all our live shows. You want to make sure that you're live with us and you can bet into the best numbers, especially on that MMA show, as Mills has been absolutely on fire with his free picks that they're on the show. All right, that'll do it for this show, guys. We'll go ahead and bring in our crew from today. Going to wait. Goodbye, guys. Have yourself a great evening. Great 4th of July, and we'll talk with you again